Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 18th of January 1976. And the title is The Day of Remembrance in the Form of the Day of Power. Today, Bap Dada, seeing all his children merged in love, gave the response of love. May you constantly be a bestower of fortune and a bestower of blessings, the same as the Father. May you constantly be a world benefactor and one who has a right to the kingdom of the world. May you constantly be victorious over Maya, the elements, and all situations. Today, Bap Dada was seeing a sparkling tilak of victory on the forehead of all the victorious children. He was seeing the flag of victory in the hands of all the children. Baba was hearing everyone's heart echoing. Victory is our birthright. Today, at Amrit Vela, Baba was listening to the invoking sounds of love of all the children. Gopikas, completely lost in love, who had become distant physically and were far away, were merging into the ocean of love like a dried up river. Bap Dada also became merged in the love of the children. The sweet pearls from everyone became the garland around Baba's neck and merged in his heart. Various thoughts from everyone's mind were being heard like sweet music. Children from all around were garlanding Bap Dada with rosaries of remembrance. As well as the day of remembrance, as a memorial of today, today is called the Day of Power. In the beginning, Bap Dada placed the urn of knowledge on the children, and through Sakar Baba, willed the body, mind, and wealth to the Shaktis. In the same way, he also willed willpower. He himself became a resident of the subtle region and made the children the corporeal instruments. This is why this is also known as the Day of Power. Today, Baba was merging the love of the children within himself beyond sound. At this time, the sound of complaint and invocation from everyone's mind is coming from all directions. Can all of you hear it? Bap Dada is especially giving the return of remembrance to the new children. Just as the older children received the lift of a double engine, in the same way, Bap Dada is giving the new children the gift of a special lift of incognito help, the experience of attainment, and the treasure of happiness. Through their service and experience of constant company, Bap Dada is transforming their complaints into zeal and enthusiasm. Just as new children have special attachment to the Father and service, so too Bap Dada has a special cooperative vision on the new children. Baba is also singing the praise of the wonder of the new children. Acha, to the loving children who constantly remain absorbed in love for the one Father, those who reveal the one Father, to the victorious souls who are instruments to become part of the rosary of victory by all souls, to those who are equal to the Father and who reveal all the Father's virtues in a practical form, to those who use all their powers for service to such world benefactor children who have a right to Bapdada's heart throne, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bapdada, speaking to Didiji and others. What is the special form of the children today? Together with love, they also give complaints. Baba is the ocean of love, and so, what is the specialty of an ocean? To the extent that there are waves, to the same extent there is stillness. It has both specialties at the same time. In the same way, the specialty of those who become equal to the Father is that externally they are an embodiment of remembrance, and internally they are an embodiment of power. To the extent that they are an embodiment of remembrance in the corporeal form, to the same extent they are the form of power. There should be the balance of the two simultaneously. Do you have such a balance? According to the time and whatever day it is, you automatically take that form. However, there is spirituality when both forms are clearly visible at the same time. You are playing your part, and at the same time, you also have the stage of being a detached observer. By having the stage of a detached observer, you will play your part accurately. However, you will not become the form of your part. You will not be influenced by the part. You will have willpower. When you are able to adopt the form you want, whenever you want, that is called willpower. The form of power should also be merged within the form of love. To simply merge yourself in love is being physical. Spirituality is when you remain an embodiment of power as well as an embodiment of love. This is why the final scene of the form of love is that of being a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance. To the extent that there is great love, to the same extent there should be detachment. So what was the final paper you saw? While having love, Baba was the conqueror of attachment and the embodiment of remembrance. This final paper has been remembered as a memorial. This was Baba's practical demonstration. While having corporeal relationships, he had the power to accommodate as well as the power to tolerate. You saw the form of these two powers. On the one hand, to merge the love, and on the other hand, to finish the final remaining karmic accounts with the power to tolerate. You saw the power to accommodate and the power to tolerate in the practical form. Does a father not have love for his children? Even while being an ocean of love, he was completely still. He was completely beyond the consciousness of his body. This was the final stage. Baba demonstrated this practically. It was at just around this time at night. In the final paper, he claimed the first number in a practical way. To put something into a practical form is easy, but to merge it, you need willpower. You saw the entire part of how to merge of suffering of karma, and also to merge love. This is willpower. This is the willpower that Baba willed to the children at the end. Blessing, may you be one who is 16 celestial degrees complete, who at the confluence age performs every action as an art. The confluence age is the special age to reveal your talents in action. There is praise of every action and virtue of those who perform every action as an art. To be 16 celestial degrees complete means every activity should be visible in the form of a perfect talent. This is the sign of the stage of perfection. You saw specialty in everything Baba did. His way of speaking, his way of walking, etc., was all an art. His way of sitting, standing, observing, walking, etc., were all totally unique and special. So follow the Father in the same way and become 16 celestial degrees complete. Slogan: instead of looking at one another, look at your own self and transform yourself. Report of workshop conducted in Madhuban, how to become free from attachment. 1. What are the different forms of attachments? There is attachment for the body, relations, physical objects, service, one's own specialties, one's own place, one's own professional field, facilities, old sanskars, one's life, specialties of others, to one's creation or talents, physical senses and habits. 2. What are the signs of attachment for other beings? Whomsoever you have attachment for, you will keep on remembering them again and again. You will be restless without them. You will continually sing their praise. Your yoga will be linked with them. You will make effort to satisfy them, and you will not notice their weaknesses. Due to attachment, you lose the power to realize, the power to discriminate, and the power to decide. Those who have attachment will be dependent on and subservient to whomsoever they are attached to. They will not have any rights over them. They have a weak heart. They continually dream of whomsoever they are attached to. Those who have attachment continually disobedient. They are not bestowers, but beggars. They do not have a soul-conscious vision or attitude. Those who have attachment will one moment be dancing in happiness and be upset and unhappy the next. Their intellect will cause mischief and will not remain stable. 3. What are the signs of attachment for physical objects? You will have the consciousness of collecting these things. The soul, because of being influenced by the sanskar of attachment, continually makes effort to attain that particular object. There will be something lacking in relationships with others. Because of this sanskar of wanting something, people in the world even kill their wife, son, brother, sister, mother, or father. It is as though that particular object is everything for them. Such souls are filled with greed, discontentment, jealousy, and fear, etc. They will use their time, words, thoughts, and everything in order to attain that. They are ready to do anything to attain it. They engage themselves in dirty politics. They are constantly distressed by tension. They are unhappy, upset, and disheartened. Those who become an obstacle by trying to attain something physical think negatively, constantly fluctuate, and spoil the atmosphere. 4. What are the things one is attracted to and tempted by? Because of temptation to food and drink, you steal and eat that. You keep it hidden away and become a slave to the sensation of the physical organs. Then, by becoming influenced by this weakness, there is fighting, telling lies, giving excuses, creating an off mood, and crying. 5. What methods has Bap Dada given to become free from attachment? To have all relationships with the Father, to have soul-conscious vision and attitude, to practice soul consciousness and being bodiless, to come into relationship with others while considering yourself to be an angel, to remain engaged in karma and yoga, to experience the self to be combined with the Father, to turn the knowledge and to apply it in practical situations, to practice the seed stage, to consider yourself to be an instrument, to have an awakened, alert conscious, to consider the self to be trustworthy, to be great, to be a guest, and an incarnation. With the practice of self-respect, you will become free from attachment. Make the one Father your entire world. I sit with you, I talk to you. All this belongs to God and is entrusted to me. When someone has something, that is, if he has made effort to attain it from God as a boon, then I also have to make effort to take that directly from God. The creation cannot give an inheritance to the creation. With this awareness, you can become free from attachment and attraction. Om Shanti.